Hey guys, Jack Bennett here from iCanPlayDrums.com and welcome to another custom studio lesson. Today's lesson goes out to Stefan from South Africa. And Stefan's written in saying, "Hi Jack, I saw on one of your YouTube lessons that you are left-handed." Yes, I am. "And struggled with your right hand for a long time." Absolutely I did, and my right foot. I am in the same boat as I learned a right-handed kit and I feel it's too late to change, but my right hand especially is very, very slow. Any advice, please? Absolutely. So, Stefan, one thing that was a real game changer for me was the kind of techniques that I was using in the intro video there, which is very much using the push-pull technique. There's a few different ways to learn it, but a really good way of thinking of it is kind of like a 2-for-1 deal in a sense. Now, what a lot of people do, and sometimes it is correct to do this because it might be the right sound for the song that you're playing, but what a lot of people do, especially when you're starting out, is play all the notes at the same volume. So going, okay, that kind of monotonous thing. And in some instances, playing all accents like that is actually the correct thing. If that suits, if that suits the song or the groove that you're trying to play, that's fine. But in between each of them, if you do a stroke on the way back, you can actually get twice as many notes. Okay, and that's sort of where the push-pull technique comes into play. So you probably noticed in the intro there, I was doing a wrist and getting another note on the way back, like that. All right, so that's what I'm going to show you how to do in today's lesson. And it doesn't matter if you're playing it there, woodblock, hi-hat. Use it on the hi-hat all the time. It's possibly a little harder to do on the hi-hat because when you hit the edge for the accents, you get very little rebound there, so you're really relying on your fingers. You can do it cowbell. There's any number of places you can play it. Now, what's important to understand is that you don't go into the push-pull like finger snap idea straight away. Okay, this is not what I'm doing if I'm doing it at this speed. Okay, it's a different thing. So the first thing that you want to get used to is even doing this motion at all. We're not even going to use the finger snap kind of push-pull technique just yet. So if you're playing, say, here, take it really slow. Think of that as the quarter note. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, in that downtime where you're not playing anything, now play a second note. And. All right, so you count like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And the good news is I'm still only doing one wrist, right? Just like I was doing then. It's not like I'm suddenly going 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm not doing extra wrists, but I'm getting a softer note. And it's easy to get that note because you're so low to the cymbal, okay? So not only are you getting two notes, but you're defining the pulse and the sense of groove because one of them is an accent and one of them is not. So we know what the beat is, okay? We know where the pulse is now. Now at this point, even when I'm a little bit quicker like I am now, it's still mainly wrist, okay? I'm not really using the fingers yet, okay? The fingers kind of kick in when it's fast because they're small and nimble and they move quickly really well once you've trained them, all right? Again, doesn't matter where I'm playing it. Over here, it's still mainly wrist, hi-hat. All right, but when we get quicker than that, then I can feel my fingers starting to kick in. All right, so what are we doing there? The push-pull technique. Now, with the push-pull technique, we release the stick from the hand for the non-accent, all right? We just let it come out. And then at that point, it's going to be at the edge of my fingers. And from here, I'm going to snap it back into my palm, and I'm going to pick the stick back up at the same time, which gets me ready for the next one, right? Okay, that's what's happening. Of course, if I'm playing at this tempo, I don't use this technique, but that is what it looks like nonetheless if I am to slow it down. Now that's an important thing, right? If I'm at this tempo, I'm actually going to go like that with my wrist because it's too slow to need the fingers yet, and it kind of feels a bit weird going, right? But that is the technique nonetheless when I speed it up. Now, getting that finger snap is a really, really important thing to be able to do, I think. I don't know if you can hear this through the headset mic, but a good exercise is what I'm doing now. And I tell all my students to do this. You know, just have a spare pair of sticks, stick them in your couch, or you're sitting in a chair in bed or whatever, and just get some practice in, or even sitting in the car, whatever, as long as you're not driving. And what we do is we let the stick come back in the fulcrum. Okay, so we just guide it back with the back three fingers. You might need to flick it back a little bit with the wrist to get it moving. And then from here, it's an isolation exercise. It's a real finger isolation exercise. We're going to snap the stick into the palm. And if you're doing it fast enough, you'll be able to hear that sound. And same with your weak hand, which for a lot of people is their left. This is actually, believe it or not, my strong hand. Okay, and getting from 0 to 100 like that, it's kind of like the Bruce Lee 1-inch punch. You want to be able to get from nothing to really fast, and this is really going to help. So I highly recommend practicing that, just snapping like that. Of course, when we actually play, we don't play in isolation, like we don't only use fingers or only use wrist or something like that. We're always using a little bit of everything, but it's just more a consideration of how much of which to get what outcome. Okay, so using more finger snap at the faster tempos. So a really good thing to practice is trying to transition through the techniques now, okay? So that's going to take some time to get that. But you want to practice now, once you can do it and you can do it at speed, transitioning gradually from doing the double wrist thing, even though it's different stick heights and therefore different dynamics, and then starting to incorporate more of the finger snap. All right, so I'll start really slow. This is definitely all wrist. Granted, the low one, I hardly have to move at all. I'm still mainly using wrist here, okay? I'm starting to use my fingers a little bit at this point, so we're kind of at a medium tempo now. And I'm definitely starting to use them a bit more now. It's still not a real snap as such. Now it's starting to really kick in. Now the finger snap idea is kicking in. Okay, and it doesn't matter if you're doing it straight like that, or sometimes you'll do it swung. Little picaro there. It's the same concept. In fact, you could argue that the swung version is actually easier, because if you think of it in triplets and you get loud soft rest because you have that rest on the middle triplet, you've therefore got a little bit more time to get ready for the next lot of two. So to summarize, good little technique to learn how to do, and it's really going to help with a whole bunch of different styles, which we'll be checking out soon in future lessons. But yeah, really starting out slow, getting that sense of 2 notes per 1 wrist stroke. That's what it's all about. And you're also not only getting 2 notes, but you're getting 2 dynamic levels, which defines the pulse, which is really important. And trying to get a gradual change. It's not a specific beats per minute at which point you suddenly change completely different techniques. Or it's not like that. It's a gradual thing that moves up, right? Wrist and then into fingers. Okay, you can use it double time. Half time. And you don't have to play it continuously like that. You might want to do it a little bit in the groove. Or not at all. And then in. Hi and welcome to iCanPlayDrums.com Custom Studio. With iCanPlayDrums Custom Studio, we do things a little bit differently than most monthly subscription drum lesson sites. Our lessons start with and are driven by you. Each week, our subscribers email us what they want to learn next. It could be a specific issue they have with their technique, their reading, a new style, drum solos, how to do gigs, and we film expert lessons addressing our subscribers' specific problems. With the thousands of free YouTube lessons and a plethora of subscription sites around, it can be tough to get heard if you have things you want addressed. We don't dictate what lessons you will learn next in a fixed curriculum. We listen to your emails and chats and build customized video lessons specific to your goals every single week. Our lessons are filmed in multi-angles along with our EasyBeat clips and additional resources like play-along MP3s and printable PDFs. Student lesson requests are submitted via email by any given Friday. Lessons are filmed over the weekend and go live the following Monday through Thursday. Each week, one of these lessons is uploaded free to YouTube to help put the word out to future subscribers. Our input into helping you achieve your goals doesn't stop there. With I Can Play Drums Custom Studio, we're committed to giving you real lesson progression so you get measurable results. At the bottom of these custom lessons, we provide you with subsequent lessons that build in a natural and logical progression, so you keep improving and don't lose your way. Sign up is easy and instant, and the pricing is about 1/10 what you would pay in a year of weekly lessons. Click the link below to get started.